So good afternoon. This is a surprise. We have a really nice full house here. And since this is a momentous occasion, we're going to do a selfie. So we're going to shoot a little bit of video. And what we'd like to do is have you say 75 years. Is that too much? 75th? Hua? Or what do you think?
75 years.
75 years? Hua? Right? Okay. This is after lunch, get the juices flowing.
Interactive.
All right. So, I'm rolling in 3, 2, 1.
75 years!
That was pretty good. Thank you, thank you. Okay, did I get recorded? So, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Fort Worth's District's 75th anniversary celebration and time capsule opening. My name is Richard Baumgartner. I'm going to be your MC for today. Before we begin, I'd like to thank several groups that supported the event today. Please hold your applause. But first, we'd like to thank the team in operations, especially the guys that, blood, sweat, and tears as they dug up and then broke into the concrete encasement that capsule sat in. So the team at Benbrook and Trinity Region. Then GIS for the awesome photos that you see printed large across the room. That was their effort. And then the team, the 75th PDT, that actually put a lot of love and energy into both the potluck earlier today and the displays that you see around us. So I think we all owe them a round of applause, please. So now I would like to introduce the host of today's ceremony, Lieutenant Colonel Joshua Haynes, the Acting Commander of Fort Worth District, for opening remarks.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Great showing, and we really do appreciate everyone's support and just the opportunity to celebrate this event for us. Thank you for everyone for being here. Today, we are here to celebrate the 75 years of the district's commitment to the city of Fort Worth, citizens of Texas, and the military communities we serve both here in Texas and in Louisiana. 35 years ago, the district celebrated our first 40 years by placing a time capsule underneath the USACE flagpole out front, with hardly a tree around it. Inside, they left us an idea of what life in the district was like then and the various projects that they were working on.
We were born in the wake of devastating floods in 1949 when more than 11 inches of rain fell from the darkened skies above Fort Worth. Community leaders petitioned for the Army Corps of Engineers to do something, and they did just that. In the 1950s, in 1950, they created the Fort Worth District. In the early years, the district focused on the development of water resources and flood control. This mission continued throughout the 50s and 60s. As our nation's focus began to change in the late 1960s and into the 70s, our mission shifted to more non-structural projects, focusing on cultural and natural resource management. As we moved into the 1980s, military construction became more prominent, and it continues to be a cornerstone of what we do today. In 1991, the district completed our last major dam project, and our focus shifted to smaller community-based flood control projects. The sustained efforts of the Fort Worth District have directly resulted in the savings of countless lives and an estimated $170 billion of property damages prevented in Texan communities. In addition to our civil works efforts and the operations water management efforts, the district mission set included military construction, hydropower, regulatory real estate, the worldwide design and planning, engineering support construction, as well as cultural and natural resource preservation efforts. The district has also been there to support multiple national disasters, hurricanes and wildfires, and contingency operations around the world. Wherever our warfighters were, Army Corps of Engineers was there supporting them. Today, we continue our proud legacy of providing vital public engineering services to strengthen our nation's national security, energize the economy, and reduce risks from disasters. Before we reveal the contents of this time capsule, we have two special proclamations in honor of today's momentous occasion. First, we have a proclamation from the great state of Texas, the Governor Greg Abbott, which will be read by Pat Edelman from the Public Affairs Office.
The state of Texas Governor, to all whom these present shall come, greetings. Know ye that this official recognition is presented to the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, Fort Worth District, on the occasion of its 75th anniversary. At the heart of the team spirit flies a desire to help our fellow man. And for 75 years, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, Fort Worth District, has selfishly served the state and the nation with distinction. Formed after the devastating floods ravaged the area, the Corps of Engineers is responsible for water resource development throughout the most of the Lone Star State, including floodway and lakes, and that prevented flood damage. Providing vital service to the U.S. Border Patrol and U.S. Customs, and administrative services in many federal facilities and agencies, the men and women who serve the Fort Worth District display unstinting professionalism and relentless courage in the face of emergency. Your dedication to the state and nation you serve is commendable, and I am proud to call all of you fellow Texans. First Lady Cecilia Abbott joins me in expressing gratitude for your service, in testimony whereof I have hereon to sign my name and cause of the seal of the state of Texas to be affixed at the city of Austin this second day of April 2025. Greg Abbott, Governor of Texas.
Next is a proclamation from the City of Fort Worth, which is being presented by Jesus J. Chapa, the Fort Worth City Manager. Sir?
So good afternoon. Mayor Maddie Parker sends her congratulations and her regrets, and she asked me if I could do it. I told her my schedule was too full, and she twisted my arm a little too far. so here I am. It's an honor to be presented. So, City of Fort Worth, it's a special recognition, and we're actually proclaiming that today is the Fort Worth District USACE Day, April 16th, in the City of Fort Worth. Whereas the Fort Worth District U.S. Army Corps of Engineers was founded on April 16, 1950, in response to disastrous floods that impacted the area. And whereas since its founding, the district has played a vital role in Fort Worth's development, prosperity, public safety, through the effective management of flood risk, operating core reservoirs within the Trinity River Basin, constructing the Fort Worth floodway, levee system, and offering essential technical services and planning guidance for floodplain and flood risk management. And whereas the district's portfolio of projects continues to make a meaningful impact for communities across the city, these projects are protecting people and property from floods, boosting the economy, preserving the environment, and promoting equity, water conservation, and world-class recreation. And whereas the Fort Worth District remains a trusted and prepared partner committed to helping the City of Fort Worth meet its most pressing engineering challenges today and into the future, now therefore the City of Fort Worth does hereby recognize and commend the Fort Worth District U.S. Army Corps of Engineers for 75 years of dedicated service to our city and region. On this anniversary, we celebrate their enduring legacy of innovation, resilience, and public service, and we express our deepest gratitude for their continued partnership in building a safer, stronger, and more sustainable Fort Worth. Signed under Maddie Parker.
Thank you, Mr. Chapa. Appreciate that. At this time, I will turn the microphone over to our keynote speaker, Colonel Calvin Kroger, the 20th Commander of the Fort Worth District. Colonel Kroger.
So great afternoon, Team Fort Worth. I tell you, an absolute honor to not only hear these proclamations read, but also to be witness to such an incredible organization that you are. It's humbling to know that, you know, we're going to continue to build for the future. There's no doubt about it. And y'all are going to make it happen. Okay? On this day, April 16th, 1950, jump in the time capsule with me, right? Because since Rick up here already made a little interactive play, there's going to be some interactive things going on as well in a little bit. But we were born out of the Galveston district, right? 1949, May, a lot of weather, a lot of storms, you know, Ritalin, North Texas, over 11 inches of rain coming down through the Trinity system, right? You know, our unofficial mascot is Lucky, right? You see that black, you know, stallion sitting on top of the rooftop there in front of the Montgomery Ward building, right? Pretty impressive, right? Because of those events, right? That's really where we were baptized, right? So I want to kind of read from y'all, or read to y'all a little excerpt right in the forward from the Rivers, Rockets, and Readiness, Army Engineers in the Sun Belt. First edition, mind you, first edition. That was published, and it kind of captured a brief history of Fort Worth from 1950 to 1975, right? So, you know, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, we also need to do a 75-year capture, right? Put it into some binding, right, for the team. But I want to read to you the first couple pages, and this was, you know, basically edited by D. Clayton Brown. And the forward is actually from John F. Wall, Colonel, District Engineer. Since its founding in since our founding in 16 June 1775, because we are also 250 years young this year too, as an engineer regiment, right? A date that precedes the founding of the United States, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers has compiled a history interwoven with that of our nation. The Corps, as a national resource, has solved its nation's engineering and technical problems from the very beginning and will continue to do so. Again, building for the future. The impact of our interrelationship with the destiny of the United States has largely gone unnoticed, since we in the Corps are content to let the record speak for itself. This is commendable, but I feel some record of the many, varied and outstanding accomplishments of the men and women, civilian and military, professional and dedicated public servants, all must be documented for the great Southwest region and for those Corps professionals who will follow. So, pretty telling, right? Again, that was way back then, 1950. What's changed? Not a lot, right? Technology, iPhones, right? We've evolved, we've gotten better, maybe a little bit more efficient, right? But I tell you, the principles still ring true, right? We're still delivering today, we're innovating for tomorrow, and we're always taking care of our people, right? Those three things, regardless of the environment, will always round and sound true. So, I say all this just to kind of let y'all know that we too are going to answer the call, regardless of the situation. So, when we do open up this time capsule today, y'all need to start thinking about what's going to go back into it. Because you got 363 days, right, to make it happen and get it replanted with another plaque right out front, or at your choosing, right? I'll leave that up to the CAB, you know, the corporate board to decide. But I tell you, it's going to be a lot of fun. I look forward to it. I'm still here. I will always be your number 28, but just realize that I'm very thankful for each and every one of y'all for the continuous, you know, selfless service, dedication, professionalism, and teamwork that you do on a daily basis. So, in closing, if you need something, say something, right? Give me a call. Give one another a call, check on each other. And, you know, again, what a great day to be alive, to celebrate our 75. I look good for 75, by the way. Y'all do too. But I tell you, it's going to be a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and rapidly transition. I'll hand it back over to you, Rick. And again, thank you. And I'm not signing off, and it's not goodbye. It's just a simple see you later. But we'll be out there. I'll see you on the high ground.
So that was our 28th commander, in case any of you were confused. Only me. Now for the moment you all have been waiting for, 35 years to see, right? Colonel Kroger, Lieutenant Colonel Haynes, and Ms. Mandy Pesci will unveil the contents of the time capsule placed into the ground in 1990 by those that paved the way for our success today. Join me, please.
Oh, yes. Where's Rorschach at? He's going to open this up, right? We're going to figure this out.
This has not been rehearsed. It has not been opened.
No.
So the exits are straight out this door. There's exits straight out that
I know. Teresa said that it's not streaming. It's on a WebEx, yeah.
Aren't y'all so glad we're not out there digging this thing up? Yeah. It took about 3 hours. Where's Tim at? We're not paying for your laundry bill.
I know. There we go. So hit it up against the counter.
He's kidding. Ooh, look at that. The seal's still sealed.
I know, run!
I didn't shake it that much. Look at that. Yeah. Oh, look at this. Rob, dispatch. Look at that. Volume 8, April 1990. Very cool.
limited edition.
Mike, did you help put this in the ground?
If I did, I can't remember.
Oh, there is a list of contents. Yeah.
That's good. So we have emergency operations cap. Made by the government. And a first annual Texas Lakeshore cleanup.
Nice.
Military
Excellent.
grade.
So Jeff and his team will be wearing this around.
So in the cap of the time capsule, there was 2 business cards. There might be more. Obviously, Cooperative Administrative Support Unit. Here, Paul L. Marsicano, Director? Yeah? And his phone number. So we got to call it, see if he's still there. Excellent.
Oh, really?
Apparently they liked wearing caps in the 80s. So we have another hat.
You smell the age.
Yes, you can. This is a bait trash trooper hat from Texas Lakeshore Cleanup in '89. Nice.
You can wear it, sir.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm just placing up here for you.
So they were kind to give us the time capsule contents. We're going to just read, I'm going to say, contents of the time capsule buried 13 April 1990 on the occasion of the 40th anniversary of the Fort Worth District U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. So we already read off a couple, but interesting. Photo back here. I don't know if I want to see it. Oh, look at that. Wanted, dead or alive, memorabilia to fill this time capsule, which will be buried, right, on that day. So kind of cool. Probably a local artist.
Yeah.
What you are, sir? Calendar?
Ah,
Fort Worth District.
Fort Worth District calendar. Man, nobody uses these anymore, right? Laptops and desktops, so yes.
After how many years? 40 years?
35.
35 years? Staples and paper clips do not succeed.
Right.
They fall apart, and they're in the bottom of the.
They're in the bottom of these bags.
Another pocket planner.
So here we have a couple things. One is a postcard from the Sergeant's Major Academy down at Fort Bliss. And doesn't say, 87. 12 November 87 is established. So one of our projects. And here we have Fort Worth District's 40th anniversary celebration, April 12th, 1990 at 6:30 p.m. at Billy Bob's.
We almost did it. There's still time.
Is that something you all want, Billy Bob's? Yeah? Food scooting? Engineers Day.
Nice. So we got a picture of all the district commanders or district engineers, executive staff in Ziploc here. So we'll get them out of the Ziploc, and then a couple more pictures as well. So pretty cool, pretty telling.
The Castle Cookery. Fort Worth District U.S. Army Corps of Engineers 40th anniversary, 1950 to 1990 cookbook.
We need a digital copy of that, right?
Don't we?
These Ziplocs you could be using.
I think I know somebody, and they had plastic, which was smart, so it's still intact, completely good.
The base ingredient is Crisco. Here we have a couple things. One is a 96 bombardment wing at a Dyess Airport or Air Force Base. Pamphlet for them. 40th annual CEECU, which
Credit union.
the credit union. Okay.
No longer exists.
Lakeside Recreation South Central States Corps of Engineers pamphlet. Where's Tim? Yeah, he's on the road, but water safety, keep your head above water, and we have giraffes. Lake Recreation Visitors Guide,
We still have that,
still have those.
looks the same.
Here we have the change of command program from August 29th, 1989.
Nice.
Between Colonel Schlossberger and Colonel Brown.
Nice.
And Engineer Day program, June 16th, 1989.
All right, Billy. Yep.
So, in the Ziploc bag, we pulled also a picture from the Lavon Lake team with, a picture of Lavon Lake and the structure behind it, and J.O. Steele Jr.'s retirement dinner brochure back in 18 December of 1981. So kind of cool there. And oh, by the way, there's some songs, souvenir songs of your Corps of Engineer picnic, 18 June 1966. Yankee Doodle is in here. Hey! Nothing.
What else?
Marjorie, girl of my dreams, Mary Lou, Mickey, when you're smiling, America the Beautiful and Star Spangled Banner, right? And Little Brown Jug, she'll be coming around the mountain. And the band played on, and what else is there here? Last pages. Home on the Range, Old MacDonald had a farm. No, it's in here. Long, long ago, down in the valley, Skip to my Lou. Oh, my darling Clementine. Tavern in the town. And lastly, Home Sweet Home. First, second, and third verse. Oh, Susanna and the old gray mare. That's really cool. Excellent.
Gotta sing along.
So just so you know, these items from the time capsule will be displayed around the federal building here throughout the next 12 months. So you'll be able to see them as well.
So, while they're looking at those, I've got the old Woodsy Owl Pollution Patrol patch. Put that on. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers Partners in Conservation, kind of cool patch there. And then some other Castle half-crescent moon. I think these are old Ranger patches, aren't they? What is this one?
That's a good question.
Look at the inventory sheet. We'll find it. I don't know. We'll find it here. But and then Castle patch, really cool. And then Corps of Engineers, U.S. Army. I have not seen this. Like the blue shield in the center of the turrets. Really kind of cool. I too am wearing open castle turrets today, by the way, right? That's to show transparency and open communication, right? Yeah, absolutely. So pretty cool. All right.
So we have a number of newspaper articles here. Here is a invite to the North Fork Dam Realty dedication. And I think they renamed the North Fork into Whitney, if I remember correctly. And then we have a newspaper article. I don't know which one they're telling us to look at. Either the Fort Worth covers dam wall with big mural, or new law requires Army to change its structure. Either one, right? And the invite for the North Fork Dam was October 4th, 1979.
Nice.
We've got a solicitation definition, and there's a big book of stuff. Western Currency Production Facility.
Yeah.
With, looks like we have a list of folks that have signed that were working during that time. 1977 to 99 to 90, 78 to 90, 83 to 90. So number of folks.
Nice.
That's the BEP project we did before we did the current one this time.
Yeah, it was the previous BEP.
Yes.
That was actually, I think, where's the old one at Dallas?
Well, I think that was the same one, sir, but it was just the last time we ever did a project out there for them.
Nice.
About 30
Yeah, 30 years ago, right? So, believe it or not, there was some other smart individuals around 1990, right? They also signed a muster book, and everybody that was present for the 75th signed this book and put their mark on it. So really cool seeing a lot of old signatures and who was around back then, but and their positions. So if you haven't signed the muster book out front, do so, because it might go back in something later. Yeah, I think it'd be really cool. Then Rogers handed me the big core castle, bronze, really brass, I think. Yeah, made by Balfour. Look at that. Still around.
Yeah, that's
So with the other newspapers we have, it's just a number of different really engineering and Army announcements. Lieutenant Colonel Page named Deputy District Engineer Fort Worth. We have the Fort Worth District Special Emphasis Council announcement. We have an org chart and directory for positional charts here. And telephone directory. And so that, and here we have an announcement identifying the Information Technology Fort Worth District 1990. Fort Worth District is in the process of installing the latest in mainframe and local area network technology during the fiscal year 1990. And it goes into really the contract award, and the local area network will tie districts' computing resources together. So where's Don? We need to do that next time. Swag.
That's right.
U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, Fort Worth District, Capsule swag.
Coaster?
And apparently they used to travel in the Corps of Engineers, and you got a travel bill in your bag that has Fort Worth District seal on it. It said it was a recreation association that we had at one time.
That's right. And I'm holding right here. These are not ashtrays. These are coasters. Donated from the Corps of Engineer Employee Credit Union. Huh? Pretty cool. Matching set, white and red.
We wouldn't be engineers without rulers. So 7-inch ruler here. And going back to the informational technology upgrade, here's a 3x5 floppy.
With everybody's name on it.
This contains the files of emergency management and security offices, phone numbers, list of people, database, security roster, and other miscellaneous files.
Look at it and it's like
So, pretty cool. Some more swag from the Corps of Engineer Credit Union. And it looks like, I think it's a flashlight.
They take the battery out?
Maybe. No, this is a dosimeter. Hey, where's all my scientists and techie folks at? They'll figure this out. Okay. Pretty cool though. And, oh, by the way, stickers! Who doesn't love stickers? 40 years. 1950, 1990, U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, Fort Worth. Also in the registered book, too, right up front. Pretty cool. And the Corps Cares. Look at that safety, 1975. Pretty cool. And look, that's a sticky of who donated it to. Cool. City Forward button. Check that one out. Very cool. And looks like a lapel pin.
Doesn't have a date on it.
Nope, but it does say established in 1950.
Ooh.
And will deputize Fort Worth District. So, team, if y'all don't have your lapel pins, Rob and I really wanted to make sure we gifted something to everyone in the district in the best way that we can do it on behalf of the PAO team, doing a lot of hard work and research on those lapel pins for the 75th. That's about all I can say about that. Just make sure you get one. Your supervisors have them.
And I'm not saying you can impersonate a police officer, but if you wear the old one to the federal buildings in D.C., they think you're a U.S. Marshal, and they don't.
We'll keep
I don't know
track.
how I know that, but hang on.
So we have a couple more things. Emergency management magnet for our vehicle and 2 different types of survey markers. Taking these out, but they were not used. This one is a survey marker from 1963. And I think this one doesn't have a date on it. So an unused one.
Some more swag from the Corps of Engineers credit union upstairs, a matchbook, huh? and a magnet, a refrigerator magnet. Sisu, is that how it? Sisu? For home loans. Probably doesn't work still. Then here's the National Engineer Week's button, turning ideas into reality, kind of cool. Little yellow button that survived.
You might should have gloves on.
I asked Manny, she says, all right.
Little tennis. ESP, alive in 85. Look at that, Corps of Engineers, little keychain there, very cool, pretty awesome. Oh, and the coffee mug, look at that.
Take you a drink out of that.
Not.
Your disseminator was supposed to be to measure your ion radiation.
3 more things.
Ooh, look at that, emergency ops. Look at that,
Where'd you get that?
extra large.
Windbreaker, raincoat.
And with the hoodie.
Yeah. One on.
So this, Cooper Lake t-shirt. And I think the last thing we have might be similar to,
Oh, I remember that.
I do too. 150th anniversary
Yeah,
of Texas.
I had that sticker. I had that sticker on, yeah.
The anniversary of the state.
here, you hold it.
That was a big deal.
Yeah, it was.
Second Centennial.
You can still see those stickers around.
From 1836 to 1986, Texas flag.
That was a big deal.
It was a really big deal.
That was.
Well, I was 3. But no, this is,
It was fun.
I think that's it.
It was fun.
You were just bragging.
Yeah. Hey team, this stuff is going to be on display out front here. Obviously, we have the inventory sheet and everything else, but you know, let's give everybody a round of applause for just being part of it.
So what we'll do is we will digitize and photograph all of these items and then put it up on our 75th anniversary SharePoint page so you all can see closer and maybe if you want to read some of the materials. We'll also continue working on events to celebrate the 75th anniversary at our lake offices, project offices, and other locations throughout the district. So pay attention, you know, we will have other events throughout the year. Before we cut the cake, I want to remind everyone we'll have another ceremony at a future date to rebury this time capsule with items representing our mission today, as well as items of historical significance. Sir, would you like to have closing remarks?
Yes, thank you, sir. So, Colonel Kroger, Rob, Mandy, thank you very much. Making sure we're not going to die or get in trouble. So we appreciate that. Colonel Kroger, as always, your inspiring words and care for the team is greatly, greatly appreciated. So thank you, sir. Before we close, I want to thank everyone for coming out today and supporting our celebration of 75 years of service. It's because of each and every one of you in this room today and online that we will continue our distinguished legacy as a Fort Worth district. I also want to give one last thank you to our many retirees and former employees of the district in attendance and both and online. It is because of you we have the reputation of excellence that we have. My promise to you is that we will continue to build upon this reputation and always execute our mission to our fullest and utmost professionalism capabilities. As a reminder, today is not the final event of our 75th anniversary. We will continue throughout the year to celebrate our achievements and accomplishments with smaller events at our lake and project offices. We will also continue preparing items for our time capsule, which we will be putting in the ground, as mentioned by Colonel Kroger, at a later date and time to be identified and broadcasted. Again, thank you for the gift of time. What you guys provide to us is the ability to serve our nation. So thank you very, very much.
At this time, please stand for the playing and singing of the engineer song found in the back of the program, the Army song.
March along, sing a song with the army of the free. Count the brave, count the true, who have fought to victory. We're the army and proud of our name. We're the army and proudly proclaim. First to fight for the right and to build the nation's might, and the army goes rolling along. Proud of all we have done, fighting till the battle's